Zeus, king of the Greek gods, is often portrayed as a wise and just ruler. However, ancient myths paint a different picture, a powerful deity with questionable morals. Zeus was known for his ability to control the elements and his penchant for seducing mortal women, often through deception. This contrast between his immense power and ethical shortcomings raises intriguing questions about the nature of divinity in Greek mythology. For centuries, Zeus has been a central figure in Western culture, revered as the supreme god of the Olympian pantheon. But what if the stories we've inherited don't tell the whole truth? Today, we're examining the complex character of Zeus, uncovering aspects of his mythology that challenge our traditional understanding of this iconic figure. Zeus's journey to power began in secrecy on the island of Crete. Hidden from his father Cronus, the young god was raised by nymphs and protected from discovery. This clandestine upbringing was necessitated by a chilling prophecy. Cronus, the ruler of the Titans, was destined to be overthrown by his own child. Driven by fear and paranoia, Cronus took drastic measures. He swallowed his children whole, one by one, as they were born. Rhea, Zeus's mother, could not bear to lose another child to this fate. In a desperate act of maternal love, she wrapped a stone in swaddling clothes and presented it to Cronus, who promptly swallowed it, believing it to be his newborn son. As Zeus grew into adulthood, he formulated a cunning plan to free his siblings. With the help of Métis, he concocted a potent emetic and tricked Cronus into drinking it. The Titan ruler violently disgorged Zeus's brothers and sisters, fully grown and eager for revenge. This act of liberation sparked the Titanomachy, a cosmic war that raged for 10 long years. Zeus and his siblings fought against the Titans for control of the universe. Zeus strategically forged alliances with powerful beings, including the Cyclopes and the Hecatonchires. These formidable allies proved crucial in tipping the scales of war in Zeus's favor. After a decade of conflict, the Titans were finally defeated. Zeus cast them into Tartarus, the deepest pit of the underworld. With victory secured, Zeus ascended to the throne of Olympus, establishing himself as the king of gods and ruler of the sky. In the aftermath of their triumph, Zeus and his brothers divided the realms of the world among themselves. Poseidon claimed dominion over the seas, while Hades was given sovereignty over the underworld. Zeus, as the leader of the pantheon, retained control of the heavens and the earth. However, absolute power began to corrupt the new ruler of Olympus. The seeds of tyranny were sown as Zeus grew accustomed to his unrivaled authority. His word became law, and his judgments increasingly arbitrary. The once hidden child who had overthrown a tyrant was slowly transforming into one himself, setting the stage for centuries of divine drama and mortal suffering. Zeus's power and appetites grew in tandem, leading to a series of conquests that reshaped Greek mythology. His marriage to Hera, the queen of the gods, was far from idyllic, marred by constant infidelity and bitter jealousy. Zeus viewed his marriage vows as mere suggestions, routinely pursuing both mortal women and goddesses. The king of the gods employed various tactics in his pursuits, including shapeshifting. In one famous encounter, he transformed into a magnificent white bull to abduct Europa, resulting in the birth of 3 significant figures: Minos, Sarpedon, and Rhadamanthus. Each of these sons played crucial roles in various myths, their existence a testament to Zeus's far-reaching influence. Zeus's affairs often had tragic consequences. His union with Semele, a mortal princess, led to the birth of Dionysus, the god of wine. However, Semele's fate was sealed when she asked to see Zeus in his true divine form, a sight fatal for mortals. This incident highlighted the dangerous nature of Zeus's power and the often catastrophic outcomes of his dalliances. Hera's response to Zeus's infidelities was fierce and far-reaching. Her vengeance extended to Zeus's lovers and their offspring, causing immense suffering to those caught in the crossfire of divine jealousy. She employed various tactics to undermine Zeus's children, such as delaying Alcmene's labor when she was pregnant with Heracles. The dichotomy between Zeus's official role as protector of oaths and marriage and his personal conduct reflected a deeper complexity in Greek religious thought. Gods were seen as powerful but deeply flawed beings, capable of great contradictions. This aspect of Zeus's character had a profound impact on Greek mythology and culture, shaping attitudes towards sexuality, power, and the nature of divinity itself. Zeus's numerous offspring, both divine and mortal, populated the mythological landscape, becoming heroes, kings, and even gods in their own right. These stories of divine parentage and mortal-divine interactions left an indelible mark on Western literature and art, continuing to resonate to this day. The complex web of relationships stemming from Zeus's affairs created a rich tapestry of interconnected myths that formed the backbone of Greek mythology. Zeus's punishments were renowned for their cruelty, often far exceeding the perceived offenses. The case of Prometheus stands as a stark example of the god's disproportionate wrath. For the crime of gifting fire to humanity, Prometheus endured eternal torture. Bound to a rock, an eagle would feast on his liver each day, only for it to regenerate overnight, ensuring his suffering would never cease. Sisyphus faced a similarly harsh fate for his transgressions. Known for his cleverness and defiance of death, he was condemned to roll a boulder up a hill for eternity, only to watch it roll back down each time he neared the summit. This punishment exemplified the futility and cruelty of Zeus's justice, as well as his tendency to inflict endless torment for perceived slights. Zeus's tyrannical behavior extended to his fellow gods as well. He frequently acted on personal vendettas, punishing those who opposed him or failed to meet his standards. For instance, he bound Ixion to a fiery wheel that spins eternally for attempting to seduce Hera, showcasing the consequences of defying Zeus's authority, even among immortals. In perhaps his most extreme act, Zeus once attempted to wipe out all of humanity through a great flood. This myth, echoing similar tales in other cultures, portrays Zeus as willing to destroy his own creation over perceived failures or disobedience. Such drastic measures raise questions about the nature of divine justice and mercy in ancient Greek thought. The arbitrary nature of Zeus's punishments and their often extreme severity contradicted his role as a protector of justice. This hypocrisy had a profound impact on ancient Greek concepts of divine authority, illustrating a belief that the gods could be capricious and that moral authority did not always align with power. The myths surrounding Zeus's cruel punishments shaped Greek attitudes towards authority, justice, and the nature of divinity itself, leaving an indelible mark on Western philosophy and literature. In the realm of the gods, Zeus, the supposed paragon of justice and hospitality, often acted in ways that directly contradicted his divine roles. As the upholder of oaths, Zeus frequently violated the sanctity of sworn promises. In one notable instance, he broke his word to Semele, promising to reveal his true form, but then causing her demise when he fulfilled this vow. His disregard for the concept of xenia, hospitality, was equally evident when he transformed himself into a bull to abduct Europa, grossly violating the trust between host and guest. Zeus's selective application of justice raised questions about the fairness of his rule. He showed blatant favoritism towards certain deities, such as granting immortality to Heracles, while punishing humans harshly for lesser offenses. The case of Prometheus illustrated this disparity. Zeus condemned him to eternal torment for gifting fire to humanity, an act that ultimately benefited mankind. The king of the gods' role as a father figure was fraught with contradictions. Despite being the patriarch of the Olympian family, Zeus often neglected or outright endangered his children. He swallowed his first wife, Metis, while she was pregnant with Athena, fearing a prophecy that their child would overthrow him. This act, driven by self-preservation rather than paternal care, exemplified the complex and often troubling nature of Zeus's familial relationships. Greek thinkers grappled with the implications of Zeus's inconsistent behavior. His actions sparked debates about the nature of power and morality in divine realms. Philosophers like Xenophanes criticized anthropomorphic depictions of gods, arguing that divine beings should embody higher moral standards. These discussions influenced the development of Greek philosophical thought, encouraging critical examination of religious beliefs and the role of divine authority in human affairs. The impact of Zeus's hypocrisy on the moral authority of the gods was profound. His actions set a precedent for the behavior of other deities, often leading to a culture of impunity among the divine pantheon. This undermining of godly virtue had far-reaching consequences for ancient Greek religion, challenging the very foundations of their belief system, and prompting a re-evaluation of the relationship between mortals and immortals. Zeus's influence extended far beyond Olympus, reshaping the fabric of ancient Greek society and leaving an indelible mark on Western civilization. His reign as king of the gods established a model for divine and mortal hierarchies alike, influencing everything from family structures to legal systems. The Olympian pantheon itself mirrored the stratified nature of Greek society, with Zeus's authority setting the standard for both divine and human behavior. The impact of Zeus on Greek cosmology was profound, establishing a framework for understanding the universe that emphasized order and hierarchy. However, this cosmic order often clashed with the chaotic nature associated with Zeus's capricious decision-making, creating a tension that permeated Greek thought and culture. This dichotomy between order and chaos became a central theme in Greek philosophy and literature, shaping how people viewed their place in the world. Zeus's legacy extends into modern times, influencing our understanding of power, morality, and leadership. His complex personality, powerful yet flawed, just yet capricious, continues to captivate audiences and inspire creators across various media. From ancient Greek tragedies to contemporary retellings, Zeus serves as a metaphor for the often contradictory nature of authority and the human condition. As our understanding of mythology evolves, so too does our perception of Zeus. Modern interpretations grapple with the problematic aspects of his character, viewing him through the lens of contemporary ethics and power dynamics. This ongoing re-examination demonstrates the enduring relevance of these ancient myths in our quest to understand complex social and philosophical concepts. The lasting influence of Zeus on Western literature and art cannot be overstated. His multifaceted nature provides a rich source of inspiration for exploring themes of power, justice, and human fallibility. As we continue to analyze and reinterpret the figure of Zeus, we gain new insights into our own societal structures and the inherent contradictions of leadership and authority. In the centuries since Zeus's reign on Mount Olympus, his influence has evolved in modern culture, reflecting shifting perspectives on power and morality. While earlier sections explored Zeus's traditional mythological roles, contemporary interpretations have reimagined the god in ways that resonate with current societal values and concerns. Popular media has adapted Zeus for modern audiences, often with mixed results. Disney's Hercules presents a sanitized version of Zeus as a benevolent father figure, illustrating how mythological characters are sometimes simplified for broad appeal. In contrast, works like Neil Gaiman's American Gods and Rick Riordan's Percy Jackson series offer more nuanced portrayals, exploring themes of divine fallibility and the consequences of power. Recent scholarship has examined the psychological implications of Zeus myths through new lenses. Researchers analyze how Zeus's actions in myth reflect and potentially influence human relationships and societal norms. These studies consider the god's complex nature as a means to examine contemporary issues surrounding authority, consent, and the impact of unchecked power. In current discourse, Zeus serves as a metaphor for leadership and governance. His myths provide a framework for discussing ethics in positions of authority and the responsibilities that accompany power. Political commentators and ethicists draw parallels between Zeus's rule and modern leadership challenges, using these ancient narratives to illuminate present-day social and political dilemmas. Modern pagan and neo-pagan movements have reinterpreted Zeus in light of contemporary values. These groups acknowledge Zeus as a symbol of strength while critiquing his flaws, emphasizing the importance of ethical leadership and balanced power structures. This approach reflects a broader trend in spiritual practices that seek to reconcile ancient wisdom with modern ethical standards. Zeus's enduring presence in literature, art, and media attests to the complexity of his character and its relevance to modern audiences. As society grapples with questions of power, morality, and human nature, Zeus continues to serve as a compelling figure through which these issues can be explored and debated in an ever-changing world. Zeus's legacy is a complex tapestry of power, morality, and cultural influence that continues to resonate in our modern world. The Olympian king's journey from hidden child to supreme ruler exemplifies the corrupting nature of absolute authority, while his flawed actions mirror the moral failings of the mortals he governed. Zeus remains a potent symbol in literature, art, and philosophical debates, shaping our understanding of leadership and ethics. As we examine the myths surrounding this ancient deity, we are prompted to consider how these stories reflect our own societal structures and power dynamics. In Zeus's flaws, we may find insights into the ongoing challenges of establishing just and ethical governance in our contemporary world.